Hello students, how are you doing? It's me, Teacher Rose. This time I'm going to talk about types of forces. Repeat, types of forces. For our vocabulary today, you are going to say each word 2 times, okay? Contact force, contact force. Non-contact force, non-contact force. Applied force, applied force. Frictional force, frictional force. Gravitational force, gravitational force. Magnetic force, magnetic force. Physical contact, physical contact. Center, center. All right, students, I will ask you this question. What are contact forces? Let's read together. Contact forces are the forces acting between two objects that are physically touching each other. All right, let's repeat it. Contact forces are the forces acting between two objects that are physically touching each other. Right. There are two types of contact forces. Number one is applied force. Repeat, applied force. And the other one is frictional force. Frictional force. Let's try to understand them more. Let's discuss first about applied force. Look at these pictures. These are examples of applied force. What are they? Pushing a car. Repeat. Pushing a car. Another one. Hitting a ball. Hitting a ball. Students, when we push a car, we are applying a force to move it. We are touching the car to move it. Look at these pictures. When we hit a tennis ball, we touch the racket. And then the racket touches the tennis ball. This contact force is known as applied force. All right. These are examples of frictional force. First, ball rolling on the floor. Repeat, ball rolling on the floor. And bicycle moving on the road. One more time, bicycle moving on the road. Students, when a ball rolls on the floor, it will eventually stop. Why? This is due to a force acting upon the ball by the floor. This force is known as frictional force. Look at this one. Have you seen it? The ball is going to another direction while the frictional force goes to other direction. That's why the ball will eventually stop. Next, frictional force acts in the opposite direction of the movement. So again, look at this picture. The bicycle goes to one direction and then the frictional force goes to another direction. That's why the bicycle will eventually slow down and stop. Let's move on to non-contact forces. What are non-contact forces? Let's read together. Non-contact forces are the forces that are applied on objects without any physical contact between them, meaning you don't touch them. Okay, but there's still force. There are two types of non-contact forces. What are they? Let's read. Gravitational force. Repeat. Gravitational force. And magnetic force. Repeat. Magnetic force. These are examples of gravitational force. Look at these pictures. All right. Gravitational force pulls all things to the center of the earth. So, when an apple falls, it will fall to the ground. When the ball will fall, it will fall to the ground. Alright, so all these things moves or goes to the center of the earth. And that is gravitational force. Alright, let's move on to the next non-contact force, and that is magnetic force. Look at these pictures, kids. These are called magnets, and there are objects that you can see sticking on them. Okay, why? Because these magnets have magnetic force. Let's read these words. Magnetic force can attract objects without touching them. Alright, do you understand, kids? Okay. Alright, kids, let's review contact forces. As you can see, there are two types of contact forces. What are they? Applied force and frictional force. How about the non-contact forces? Alright, the examples are gravitational force and magnetic force. Okay, kids, it's now time to answer these questions. But first, look at the picture. Is it a contact force or a non-contact force? What's your answer? Yes, you're correct. It's a contact force. Look at this picture. The boy is hitting a tennis ball. Question, is it a contact force or a non-contact force? What's your answer? You are correct. It's a contact force. Alright, look at this picture. Okay, this is a magnet and there are objects sticking on it. Question, is it a contact force or a non-contact force? Your answer is good because it's a non-contact force. Good job, kids. How about this one? What do you think? Is it a contact force or a non-contact force? Very good. It's a non-contact force. That's all for today, kids. Don't forget to answer your worksheets. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye!